YouTube, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It is your boy Zay back on your screen, and today, guys, I have a brand new video for you guys today. Have you been playing Black Ops 6 recently and wondering how you can go from playing like this come on, dog, like what the fuck is that? Can I oh my lord, can I lock on, please? Like, I just need a little bit of aim assist to kick in, please. Just a little bit, my dog, like a little tiny bit. So like this. Or even this. Well, today's your lucky day, because in this video, I'll be giving you the best settings you could possibly be using right now in Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which will allow you to play at your absolute best. Meaning better advanced movement, better weapon fire accuracy, and just an overall better COD player. But before we do get into this settings video for you guys today, do me a favor. If these settings end up helping you in any possible way, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, and comment for your boy. Let's get straight into the settings for you guys today. All right, guys, today I'm going to be giving you guys the best settings you possibly could be using right now in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. All right. So the first thing we're going to go to, guys, if you guys don't already know, it's going to be your controller settings. Now, guys, this is going to be mainly for my controller players. Yes, guys, I do play on PC, but I do use a controller. I do not use mouse and keyboard. I use a scuff controller. So this, you know what I'm saying, just be mindful of that when you copy in these settings. All right. But for the very first thing we're going to go down to is our input. We're going to go to our stick sensitivity. Now, you see, guys, right here for horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity, I am rocking a 6 and 6. This is simply because of how fast paced the game is. Even though the game is extremely fast-paced as far as movement goes, people are moving kind of like wicked and wild, you still want to be able to slow down that aim, as you know, and be as sticky as possible when it comes to controlling your accuracy and pretty much locking onto players. So that's why I don't recommend using it too much of a high sensitivity. So stay anywhere between the ranges of 6 and 8. I play at the lowest one because it just feels a lot more cleaner, a lot more, you know, stricter, and a lot more stickier when it comes to my aim. We're gonna go down to where it says simplify control presets and low motor strain presets. Make sure these settings are turned off. What these are gonna do is they're gonna push you in preset settings that the game has already, you know, prioritized in the game to help kind of benefit you in a way, but also not really. It's pretty much like a crutch. Like if you need help and you're getting used to any type of the movement or any type of the gameplay when it comes to playing multiplayer at all, these are like the crutches that are going to help you to pretty much, you know, start you out as a new player. But like I said, make sure these are off. If you're copying my settings, turn these off because they're going to hinder you from doing certain things that you need to have on. Next thing we're going down to is controller vibration. Make sure this is turned off. Now, guys, recently in the recent CODs, they put in a little drop down menu here where you can adjust the sensitivity of the vibration, but with this turned off, you cannot toggle it, so make sure this is completely turned off. All right, the next setting we're going to go to is right underneath control vibration is going to be your dead zone. Now, dead zone is one of the most important things you could possibly be using right now in the settings to help you pretty much feel like you still have a good sticky aim assist. Now, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, playing this in the beginning of the game when I first launched the Black Ops 6 after the beta, when it first came out in October 25th, I was trying to figure out what settings worked best, and when I was playing, I just felt like my aim assist was completely wonky. I couldn't stick to no shots. My accuracy was completely garbage, and it just felt like I had no aim assist entirely. Now, granted, do be mindful that aim assist has gotten a huge nerf, okay? But with these dead zones that I'm about to give you, it's gonna help you feel like you still have your aim assist right on point where it's supposed to be at. So we're gonna hit this drop down menu here, and you guys can see everything as here is what you're gonna copy down. So for left stick min, we're gonna put that at 5. For left stick max, we're gonna put it at 99. For right stick min, we're gonna put it at 5, and then the right stick max, we're gonna put it at 99. So these are both the same for min. Both right and left min are both at 5, and left and right stick max is at 99. All right, this is gonna allow for the maximum type of movement when it comes to your analog sticks, and pretty much be able to keep your analog and your aim tracking on the enemy as they move, and because there's a lot of crazy movement going on. So with these dead zones, you're gonna be able to track your enemies as easily as possible. Go down to left trigger and right trigger and make sure they're completely down to 0. That's gonna give you a lot more reaction time when it comes to aiming in and also shooting your weapon at enemies and targets. Next thing we're gonna go over to is aiming. Hit that RB or that right bumper and go over to the right, and we'll go down to aiming. Now where it says sensitivity multiplier, gonna open that up, and right here you're gonna see where it says ADS sensitivity multiplier focus. Make sure this is set to 80. All right guys, set it to 80, and the reason why is because for when you're aiming down your sight, you want to be able to keep that sight and the accuracy locked on and focus on targets at all time while you're moving your ADSing. All right, so yeah, make sure this is set to 80. Also, ADS sensitivity multiplier right above is going to set it to 0.85. The reason why mine is locked right now is because of another setting, but I'm gonna get to that in just a moment. But make sure this is set to a 0.85, okay? At default, this should be unlocked, so set it to a 0.85. Next thing we're gonna go over to is aiming advanced settings. Click this, and it's gonna bring you to another tab, and you're gonna go down to where it says ADS sensitivity transition timing. Make sure this is set to instinct, okay? Set it to instinct. This is gonna allow you to aim in a lot faster and smoother, and it's gonna be able to pretty much help you lock onto your targets as quickly as possible. Go down to just below to an aim response curve type, set this to dynamic. After that, we're gonna hit X, and as you see, aim response curve slope, you can adjust this if you want to play around with how much of the aim response curve type is adjusted as far as when you're moving your analog sticks in game. I typically like to keep it at 1 and just, you know, no changes to it, just keep it exactly how it's supposed to be. Next thing we're gonna change is custom sensitivity per zoom. Hit the drop down menu, make sure it's turned on, and you guys can see right here we got ADS multiplier low zoom at 0.85 and ADS multiplier 2 times and 3 times zoom at 0.95. okay, now with this turned on, it should lock. If you guys go back to where we say the sensitivity multiplier, it's gonna lock the ADS sensitivity multiplier, which you should have put it at 0.85. So that is how mine ended up being locked as well. Next thing we're gonna go over to after that is going to be the movement settings. All right guys, sprint assist is the first thing you want to make sure is turned on. Okay, turn this on, hit the drop down menu and drop your sprint assist delay to 50. Okay, make sure your sprint assist sideways and your sprint assist backwards is also on. It's going to help you make it a lot easier when it comes to moving side to side, left and right, and just pretty much, you know what I'm saying, help when it comes to the overall general movement of this game. A lot of people are going to be struggling because it is a fresh game, it's a fresh movement system in this game, and people don't know how to pretty much get a good hold of this type of movement. So with these settings right here, assist settings, they're going to help you be able to use the most capacity and pretty much work with you like a little crutch in a way to help you benefit you when it comes to movement in this game. We're going to go down to mantle assist, and make sure when you hit this drop down menu, first off, make sure low mantle assist is on, right? Don't have it on, set it to low mantle assist, and then hit the drop down menu, make sure sideways is on, backwards is on, and crouch assist tactical sprint is off. Go down to where it says movement behavior right underneath that mantle assist, and you're going to see where it says slide/dive behavior. When you click this, make sure it's not set to hybrid, make sure it's set to tap to slide. It makes it a lot easier and a lot less confusing, because if you put on hybrid or anything else, it's going to make it so your button layout is a little bit confusing when it comes to, you know, doing different type of slides, dives, or even just, you know, any type of movement in general. So keep it at tap to slide, and then just figure out how to best what you should press as far as your controller as when it comes to moving in other directions. Now just below that, you're going to see where it says slide, maintain, sprint. Make sure this is turned on, that way you can continue to slide and run afterwards, you know what I'm saying, to basically to continue that flow and that gradual flow when it comes to the movement and pace of the game. It's going to allow you to be able to move a lot faster around the map when you're having the slide, maintain, sprint on. All right guys, so the next thing we're going to come over to is the graphics. All right, now when you come to the graphics, you're going to see in quality it says come down to where it says depth of field, right? Make sure your depth of field is completely turned off. This is gonna pretty much show a blur in your gameplay when you're moving, looking left to right, and we do not want to see a blur because that is gonna hinder your vision when it comes to seeing enemy targets. Next thing we're gonna come to is the field of view. Make sure your field of view is set to 120, maxed it out. This is gonna allow the least amount of recoil, visual recoil to be exact, and pretty much make it seem like that your gun has little to no recoil overall. But the main thing that you need to make sure you have on to for this effect to take place is if you go right below it, it says ADS field of view. Make sure to just turn to affected, all right? Not independent, affected. Now just below that, you're gonna see where it says camera, go down to world motion blur, make sure it's just turned off. Make sure weapon motion blur is also turned off as well. You do not want any type of blur when it comes to your gameplay or even your gun, just because it's gonna hinder you from viewing certain things and certain details on the map, especially when it comes to your enemy targets. It's very, very hard to see enemies as it is already, so with these on, it's gonna make it even 10 times harder, so turn them off. Next setting we're gonna go to is volume, all right? So go to your audio, go to your master game volume, right? And check this boxes that I'm about to give you right now. Hit the drop down menu, make sure your gameplay volume is between 10 to 0. You can turn it off if you completely want to. I keep it at 10 so I can hear some of the music, you feel what I'm saying? You don't have to, you can turn it completely off. Turn your dialogue volume all the way to 0, okay? And then same thing with cinematics, you can keep between a 10 and a 20, depending on if you want to hear it or not. It is up to you, all right? And then last but not least, make sure your effect volume is set all the way to 100. This is the most crucial thing that you want to have turned up because it allows you to hear footsteps, it allows you to hear grenades, it allows you to hear everything that you need to hear as far as in-game effects, all right? And this is crucial when it comes to your gameplay because you want to be able to know what enemies are at, you want to be able to know where they're coming from, directional, all that good stuff in the game. Next, you're going to come down to where it says audio mix. Make sure this audio mix is set to headphones bass boost, okay? This is going to allow your headphones to hear the most deepest basses when it comes to noise and effects within the game, so I recommend using headphone bass boost. Just below that, you're going to see something that says mono audio. Make sure it's completely turned off. What this allows to, if you have it turned off, is going to make it so that you can hear directional footsteps. If you have it on, it's going to make everything sound the same in both earphones. But no, you do not want that. You want to be able to hear directions. You want to be able to know where enemies are coming from in what direction. So with this turned off, if you listen to your left earphone, you hear enemy coming from the left. If you listen to your right earphone, you hear enemies coming from the right. Make sure this setting is turned completely off. And last but not least, guys, the one thing that I feel like you guys should all have on, because not just because, you know, it's important, because it's funny, all right? Make sure proximity chat and body shield chat is on, simply because when you grab an enemy in game and grab them as a body shield or a meat shield, you can talk as much crap to them as you want with the body shield chat enabled, okay? And it's the funniest thing ever. Makes for a great gameplay, makes for funny entertainment, participation within the game, and I just love having this part on because I can talk the most shit when it comes to grabbing these enemies, all right? But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it here for these settings. Let me know what you think about these settings in the comments down below. If they work for you, let me know. If you have any recommendations, leave it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new. It has been your boy Zay. I'm out here, y'all. Peace out.